Alright, folks, so this is Acid Roots here, so we're going to dive into the special circuit. Now, I had a prior recording session I did like 30 minutes ago, but the problem with it was rather than lose, I turned off the Nintendo, but the recording sequence, when it got me turning off the Nintendo, it kind of desynced the audio with the game when I turned the Nintendo back on, so I just decided to delete that footage because otherwise the fighting in the game wouldn't synchronize with the sound going on, so it would sound a lot different and maybe spoil stuff. So that also means originally there was going to be like this whole episode was supposed to be part 6 was just supposed to be Narcissus Prince, but instead of that, you're also getting Hoy Corlo in this episode because the practice session was me sharpening my skill with this guy. I mean, and the thing about Narcissus Prince is just the fact that he actually is tough. I mean, I've seen people maul this guy and constantly hit him in the face when he guards it as well as he does, but I mean, he can make short work of most people who are not like an actual pro at this game. And that's this kind of thing. His hits take a lot of damage. He has a pretty unorthodox pattern, and he is just powerful. So that's this kind of thing. And plus, it's really difficult to hit him in the face. So all that, I got a time over, which I guess is going to count as like a loss by the time I beat Nick and Rick Bruiser. So it's going to probably say if I don't lose anymore, it might say 4 wins and 1 loss, which is going to piss me off, but I mean, I guess they count a time over as just like a loss, which I just have realized because I've never gotten to like the 3-minute mark with anyone else. But just because, he's so difficult to hit in the face and all of his other techniques is kind of, he can stretch out the time limit here. But that is kind of the thing. So once again, we're probably cutting ourselves an episode short, but at least you get to see some actual sparring with Narcissus Prince. He's actually a pretty fun guy to fight. I felt like this was another original fighter, kind of like Heike Kagaro, Mass Muscle, some of those people, in addition to the ones that return like Mr. Sandman and Bald Bull and some of those people. So it's just an overall stellar game, I think, for me to continue to say that, but I like the idea of not being able to hit this guy in the face, which is really... Yeah, alright, I was just making sure the audio didn't desync again. That was really going to piss me off if it did. But, so, yeah, it's pretty clever, him just being a narcissist and that sort of stuff. It's not a phrase that was used too much, back in the day, but just vanity. I think that V stands for vanity and stuff, but he's just a very vain individual. So, but he's kind of like Vega from Street Fighter. It's one of those said characters that kind of does that, but it works. So, the next fighter's a real asshole, and then you have to understand that he has some techniques that he has a technique the final boxer in the game uses. So the problem with this, and the reason why I'm not going to be able to beat this game like lickety-split, is just because each of these fighters is tough in their own right. I mean, I think any of these guys in any of the 3 prior circuits could probably be the heavyweight champion of that, and you wouldn't be the wiser, but Nick and Rick Bruiser are going to be real tough, and if I lose to them, I'm going to have to turn off the Nintendo and do it all over again, which means I'm going to have to fight Narcissus Prince and Hoy Corlo like 5 or 6 or... I mean, if you want to get like a flawless record, I'm almost tempted to just say fuck it and just lose to these guys, just so I can build up the skill set that way, but it's just really like... whole thing is... I don't know, if I wind up getting frustrated, then that's what I'm going to do, because I really am not sure if I'm going to want to fight Nick Bruiser, because just getting to him means you have to beat all 3 of these opponents just that way, and of course you can't lose to them, your skill set has to be very edgy, and you just have to understand that, you get the Nick Bruiser and then he takes you down in 5 seconds, that sucks, because you're playing it all over again, basically, if you want to get to him. And I'll tell you, if you lose, if you lose all 5 of your rests, you're getting kicked out of the special circuit, and then you have to do the whole game over again. Delete your file, all of that, so it's just kinda... I don't see the point. I mean, the only real reserve to this sort of stuff is just doing it like this way that I'm doing, where I turn off the Nintendo, which basically means it's going to take time. Originally, I thought I was going to beat this game in June, and then I thought July, but it may be August or something. It's basically going to be like my summer project. I mean, here I've beaten, 13 out of 16 of the fighters, and I almost beat Hoy Corlo. You're going to see that I was just like a hit or two away from beating him and getting to Rick Bruiser, but I didn't trust it because he knocked me down twice, and I just said, chances are he's probably going to hit me before I hit him, and that just pisses me off, and then I would lose, and I was just like, forget it. I mean, he has an easier pattern, he has easier techniques than Narcissus Prince, but he's also more of an asshole, so that's just what you have to pay attention to. It's just a bastard trying to do it. So, but I mean, I just foresee like a lot of just disingenuous training that's going to go on here. It's just a lot of stuff that you're just going to kind of burn through in your sleep. It's like taking a test or something that you studied for like 10 hours or something. It's just like you kind of integrate it and you're dead tired, you're ready to go to sleep, you have to wake up early the next day, but it's just like you just gotta say fuck it and get it over with. But the thing about it is the skill is being integrated, so I know a few days from now when I turn this game on, I'm probably going to be able to beat Narcissus Prince and this guy relatively simply. Hopefully. I mean, that's what I would like to suspect. But, we'll see. I mean, the Bruiser Bros are really going to piss me off. But I want to be able to say that I could beat this game. I know if I played it on an emulator, I could probably beat this game. But I want to be able to beat it on the actual Super Nintendo. So I'm just going to keep playing it until eventually I do. It may take all of July, like I said. It may take all of August, but we're going to find out. So I'm just going to have to really keep at it with this game. It's just going to randomly happen. I don't know if I'm going to tally up the losses and just say fuck it. Like, I'm tired of having to turn off the Nintendo and shit. But it's kind of ironic. So that's like the main thing there. I'm also getting kind of hungry. I'm going to have to make myself some pasta or something. I don't know. Maybe like macaroni and cheese. I gotta do something. I mean, I like these late night cookouts that I have. There's a lot of fun. Hot dogs, something, You're gonna find that I make short work of this guy this time. I mean, like I said, I really almost beat him. But when you start hitting him in the face, he kind of goes to the opposite side, as you'll see. So you can't just hit him with two right hooks. You have to hit him right, left, right, left, right, left until he phases out of his stun. And, it just makes it more difficult to hit these last couple fighters. I mean, Rick Bruiser, fighter number 3, doesn't do that, but Nick Bruiser, the final fight, does. So you gotta really make sure that your every hit counts. You want to keep hitting them until they get out of their stun, because otherwise you're either gonna get time over or they're gonna do some sort of counter attack and wipe the floor with you. So I really hope I can beat this fucking game. It's really gonna be a notch in my belt to say that I can. I just feel like it needs to happen. I mean, I'm mostly good. I tried beating the original Punch-Out, but I couldn't get past Soda Popinski, and eventually I just got short-winded with it, and I said, well, if I can't beat Soda Popinski, I really don't know how long it would take to beat Mr. Dream / Mike Tyson, especially if I were to play it for the original Nintendo. It's just like, fuck it. So, but, I'm just gonna maul this dude, or try to. And I'm also thinking about doing a few more games. Like, I've got Final Fantasy VII coming in addition to what I want to do after Super Punch-Out, but I'm just trying to think as to what I want to do. There's just a lot of stuff that's on the way that I'm going to try to dig up across summer, and that's the thing about 2021, is just more tricks than last year, but it's just unfortunate you know, all the blood and sweat and tears that I put into this game just for it to get like 1 or 2 views across 6 months or something. It's just like, wow. But I mean, that's when people pull out that fortune, like, do it because you want to, do it, you know, do it for your own sake, don't worry about if anyone else gives a shit. Like, oh yeah. You know. Alright, so subscribe for more fun. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We're gonna beat this guy next time and shit. And probably Rick Bruiser, something like that.